Alright, have another submission into Dusk's queue here. I feel like Christmas has come early with a slew of recent cursed submissions. Oh, wow, so this one... got this optimizer thing. You probably can't see it on the screen, but it keeps blocking. Like, this whole area where I'm mousing over often just randomly gets blocked by this optimizer program that I have. I don't know. Probably nobody cares. But yeah, nobody's beaten it yet. Not only that, nobody's really even made it that far, so this indeed does look cursed. I mean, this took out some good players too. I mean, every single person on this list I recognize, and I know that they're really good. The combo typically is okay. This is one of those combos where, like, pre-DLC... Keep in mind, back then, there's another connotation here, right? We're not talking just the typical pre-DLC stuff here, but also the old Hellhorn banners. In those days, this combo was a pretty bad combo, I would say. Because you basically, since Hellhorn units were horrible, you had to rely on your incant units typically. Or sweepers, but, like, you know, the anti-synergy of incant was more of a downside. I feel like in the DLC it's less of a downside because I don't even think incant is the top strategy now between these two. It's just there though. It's still an option, it's just not a great option because you start with imps. And you're just kind of inclined to go imps, but if I were betting, man, I doubt we're going to find the good imp. Fledgling imp. So the bosses aren't too bad. I mean, Daedalus is probably the worst boss on here. I mean, yeah, I would say in general, this Seraph, this Fel are the easiest of those bosses, but that doesn't mean the run can't be awful, right? I mean, it sounds like the runs typically aren't even making it that far. And this is a very bad incant start, by the way. But Mollusk Mage will be okay. That's one thing I will say. Initially, I do identify potential power here with the Vent, the Lances, and the Mollusk Mage. Pirate Jumper is gonna be interesting. Alright, I think we'll go in Parade. That means we're at least gonna know that we have scaling from Fledgling Imp. Eventually. Two horrible artifacts. It's probably going to be Winged Indulgence. It's like two of the bottom of the barrel artifacts. I think we take the money here. I mean, I'm almost certainly taking this. I mean, when I think of the three best artifact pools, I think of Wormkin, Hellhorn, and Stygian in that order. So, like, Hellhorn, Stygian, this is going to be pretty valuable. It does mean we go into here minimum 25 shards, maybe even more. But that's fine. I'm used to that. I should be used to that, right? Okay, annoying boss, but at least it has one less attack. We have the Vent, hopefully. Spikes is potentially iffy. But I think we can take it. We're probably going to definitely take pirate damage here. I mean, almost certainly we are. That just is what it is. I'm wondering, should I keep 3 slots for imps? I don't think I need to. So let's double up the Ember Drain here. I'm not opposed to doing this either. If we don't get, well, I have another Mollusk Mage. Wait, did I not take the trial? I thought I took the trial. Well, apparently I didn't take the trial, so this is a little more safe. Huh, that kind of sucks. I honestly wanted to take the trial. I'm going to vent this, because it's more threatening than this. If I find vent, so be it. Alright, we found it. I can play this for 0 here, so let's just put 2 into this. Kind of disappointed that I didn't take the trial. Let's just eat up as many things here as possible. I think I'm gonna do this and get. Hopefully, I can blast out a bit here. If not, so be it. No, that sucks. Whatever. Can I please get a vent? Nope. 1 lance. Sweet. Well, like I said, taking damage. Maybe it's good we didn't take the spikes. Would have been a little bit more damage. It wouldn't have been that much. It would have been like... honestly, probably would have been 2 pyre health for 75 gold. I'm pretty disappointed that I apparently didn't click that. Oh, very tempting to go Fledgling Imp. There's, of course, the context that, you know, I am guaranteed Fledgling Imps endless, essentially, anyway, by the end of the game. But if I have to take Imperialist, because I would probably just be inclined to snag Imperialist. Maybe I'm not, though. I'm just thinking, like, I could just take the Ritual now. Commit to just taking Imp Parade 2, even if I see Imperialist. It seems pretty wild to not take Fledgling Imp here, to be honest. Like, if I go here, there's gonna be stuff for us. There has to be stuff for us. Even if it's not endless, then I'm finding a multi, hopefully, quick. Even a large stone on, like, a Horn Warrior is acceptable. Because, yeah, I don't know. I'd rather have a Hellhorn banner, probably, than a Stygian. Even though Sweeper would be pretty good, I don't know. I think a Horn Warrior, or Rail Beater, or even a Steelworker, all of these things are pretty good. And obviously the chance at Endless would be great. We do also have a Hellvent, though. I could just cost reduce the Ritual, Hellvent it, get another banner. I don't know. I think I'm gonna go with Steel. It's always tough to figure out what you should take between Fledgling Imp and Ritual. Lately, Ritual has been the correct choice, but it's hard to be outcome-oriented, right? I do kind of feel generally if I'm going to the Steel, the Fledgling makes more sense, but I could see Ritual would have maybe been correct there. I think we take this. We need a big front-loaded blast right now. As much as I would love the Offering Token, I think this just makes more sense. Shitstone. Spell Chain and Purge, those ain't happening. So large Shitstone and just bullshit. Yuck. Well, I technically could go Pirate Chomper into Demon Fiend. For 25 shards, I get a 3-pip 50/50 0 cost. It would be powerful play right now. But, yeah, I don't know. If we reroll, we're either getting Endless, Multi, or Quick. I'm not going to take the Shitstone on any of these. Branded Warrior could be a little bit more acceptable, I feel. I doubt I use the Branded Warrior is the problem. But its Essence could be good. Whereas Demon Fiend Essence only really good into Horn Warrior. I mean, we're probably hitting this Hellvent then. But the Sweepers would also be very good with the Branded Warrior Essence. I mean, we would be inclined to maybe take Sweepers here. There is also, though, the problem of What am I trying to say? I don't know. I'm sick. Give me a break. Pretty sure I have fucking COVID. Because I realized that the test I did is probably pretty outdated. I think I bought that thing a while ago. It said I didn't have it, but I very well may have it. I mean, the amount of sap on my body puts Seraph Temperate to shame. Like, I am sapped, people. I am sapped. I mean, Chomper and the Fiend would be pretty desperate, I feel. Like, late game, that doesn't pay off. I think I'm fine with not having rerolled. So what was it? It was Purge and Spell Chain. Yeah, there's nothing here that makes sense for that. So we can at least... So for 25 shards, I could do this Demon Fiend Pirate Chomper play. I don't love it, but I'm imagining a scenario, because right now all I see is plus 10, the Battlestone, and a Shitstone. If I'm gonna make some desperation play right now, why don't I just put a Shitstone into the Branded Warrior and not take 25 shards? The only thing is I can't reroll for Endless then. I could just take the Battlestone on a Branded Warrior and that's probably fine. I doubt I ever use this unit. I doubt I ever use any of these units, right? So we brick here. I just don't want to do this because I do want to reroll. And 15 health is workable. Especially if I can get like a Steelworker infusion or something. Or even a Siren of the Sea infusion. Or Guard of the Unnamed infusion. But I do want to reroll for multi or endless. Would I take a quick? Probably not. Okay, endless. See? So we have some health in case it's Sweet Boss. We have an endless Fledgling Imp. Now I can go down. Hellvent. I'll have 2 of them. I can eventually self-infuse. And then I hopefully get a good Hellhorn banner. If not, not the end of the world either. So, yeah, we don't take any of this crap. Armor 10 is... It's a unit draft. I am on 21 health. I think we should be fine. We do pay some pyre health here, but we can get that. Now the only question is, do we sit up bottom? Because I could get a Slay right now. With this guy healing, makes it a little more annoying. I think it's fine though. We can still set up top. We should give ourselves time to find Fledgling Imp. If we bottom deck it, like... I could also maybe not put Shard Tail up here. Because like Mollusk Mage is pretty useful. Let's take that out. I'll never get a collector on this run apparently. I do wish I had that extra 75 gold too. That sucks. Well, it is what it is. Come on, Fledgling Imp. Damn it. And you're stealing the kill, too. Fuck. I wanted to backline with this because I didn't want it to have damage, but in hindsight, maybe that was dumb. I mean, definitely that was dumb. Probably not even worth venting that floor. Unfortunate. Nope, not even gonna get a Slay here, I don't think. Okay, there's that guy finally. Well, sounds like we're at least getting a Slay there. Man, this is kind of shitty though. We could be dying here. Probably no point in doing this, right? Unless, I mean, it gives me an extra draw for next turn. But also Ember drains me for next turn. Anything I put down here just dies, though. For 12, though, that helps a lot, I think. Ah, shit. Okay, well, we're doing this. Kind of fucked that turn up. We're good, though. We obviously draw like an idiot here, but despite pretty bad RNG, we'll just take a hit. Okay, ritual I think is a lot less needed now. Important work makes a ton more sense, I would say. Gets around Everdrain, it's good held over target. Bada bing, bada boom. One more of these just to help with the current game. Because we're almost certainly not going in, can't, right? I don't know, we have a unit draft coming up, but like I have no reason to take a Siren. I mean, this is gonna be better than a Siren, most likely. Also has the Gurg's Goad potential. I think we take this because we're on 12 health. Alright, there is a sweeper. I imagine this will work. It's still a little awkward with the low amount of health I have. But yeah, we're hellventing that imp. I cannot afford to bottom deck it again. Okay, Steelworker, absolutely. And yeah, I'll take this. I'll visit this before the hellvent. Oh, easiest choice of my life. Alright, let's not get cocky. Everybody's losing, but to me this doesn't actually even look necessarily cursed at the moment. Our low health is cursed. Not really anything good here, because I don't want to give up much. I might just give him a steward. Like, I don't even... I could give him a Crystallis, but I kind of need that right now. Like, the Crystallis would be okay. Like, imagine a zero cost replicating Crystallis. That's pretty good, because at a certain point I'm just playing fledgling imps. I guess if I didn't have a holdover on the important work, it could be a downside, but not really. I could give it a unit with some upside, like, I don't know. Let's just give it a Frozen Lance. Just so I don't have it for a few rings. Bit of a brick on the cavern, though. Absolutely, we're doing this. Now we definitely want an Imperialist. We don't care about Imp Parade 2. I may even just want Imperialist 2 at this point. Okay, I am definitely down to just run these as my floor for this fight. I'll put Queen in the back, I suppose. I'm going to take the Rage here for the Ember Drain. But, you know what I just realized, though? That thing's not going to die. Fuck. Well, we can run a 2-floor setup. I shouldn't be that worried. I have a Ashes of the Fallen. Yeah, let's run... It's probably best that I go bottom, right? I'm actually glad it double dropped here. But yeah, we should get some value out of this. 15 health. I want these guys to come up. I don't want to kill them. So, yeah, let's do this. Unfortunate breakpoint there. Definitely want the sweeper here. Although, fuck. Double Exploder is kind of an asshole, isn't he? Oh, no. I hate Winged Indulgence. I should have just took the fucking mallet. It's like you're choosing between a pile of shit and a pile of puke, basically. Man. Well, do we want Branded Warrior to die, or do we want Siliphyte to die? I guess I don't need Branded Warrior, huh? So let's do that. Oh, they're just all dead. Okay, sweet. This is fine. That's what I tell myself, at least, so I can sleep at night. Oh my god. No. Important work, where are you? It's important that you come on time. Alright, well, we don't need to both of these, that's for certain. Dare I even fucking let these things not die? Like, dare I do that? I don't know. Let's see. I mean, is there any harm in doing this? Probably yes. If I do this, they don't come through, but that's fine. Alright, thank you, Grenade. Thank you for your service. Let's do this. Get this out of here. And I'm down to let this stack up some armor to survive an extra hit here. I think we got this. Ooh, look at that. Is it better to let this... I think we get more out of an extra hit here, though, than replaying this, honestly, right? So why don't we just do this? And you're dead, buddy. You're dead. Boom. Immediate thoughts are... Ooh, last stand. Very hard for me not to take a last stand here, but let's these are all considerable. Let's think about this for a minute. Where's the next steal? Long time from now. Long time. So I got a 10 health Siliphyte. I can put Steelworker into it. Becomes a little bit more usable. I'm also thinking we might want a pip upgrade here. I definitely benefit from a pip upgrade. I think. I need a wide floor to make use of this stuff that I have going on here. Draw might be better to start with. I don't know. Deck is size 29. It's probably about to become 30. But it'll come down. I'll probably infuse right now and get rid of the Branded Warrior. I could go here, or I could go here. I mean, a Vortex, Health, and Horde is going to be hard to beat, because there's almost no way I take a Stygian unit here. Like, I guess I could take a Siliphyte for the extra 5 health. Which honestly is considerably okay. I mean, considering I had to probably set up still top against, you know who, Divinity. Would I... And if I take a pip upgrade, I should hold on self-infusing that until I find the next Hellvent, which is there. So I could self-infuse here, and then Hellvent it. And then I got quite a lot of offense. Is that enough? We're going to have so many units at that point that I'm not too worried about Stealth Boss. I would be worried about, however, about Sweeper Boss. Because, yeah, we don't even get a hit off at that point. So you got to keep in mind, I cannot add health to this thing. So like Alloy's already kind of looking like it's the non-sexy but probably correct answer. I could argue Last Stand is win more. Like the things that beat us right now are sweeping attacks, which Ring 5 could have both in the forms of units and bosses. To a certain extent, spikes. I probably won't take a spikes trial anyway, but like, there's still like units that have spikes, depending on if they get sharded up or not. We're on low shards, which is good, but we're about to be on high shards. I mean, I'm going to put the Steelworker in here. I'm going to put the Fledgling Imp in there. That's already 50 more shards. I'll be at 75 minimum. And actually 85, because I'll probably Hellvent that Fledgling Imp. I don't think wave clear is going to be a huge issue. Between the fact that I have, let me think of them. I'm just wondering, like, so 50-50 it, hold over an important work. And that's it. There's no double stack. There's no consumer move. There's never a permafrost. So yeah, I'm not going left coming up. I had to imagine we just take the alloy. That protects us against the things that beat us. What? At least we found a steelworker on this run. Jesus. 3 branded warriors, what? 2 or 3 demon fiends, and a consumer of crowns. For being my favorite clan, you're not, you're not showing up here, Hellhorned. You're fucking up. You're showing the worst of what you have. Where's the rail beaters? Where's the horn warriors? Where's the additional steelworkers? Where's deranged brute and apex synth? I don't want this rare. That's not the rare I want. All that being said, I'm not gonna lie, it's tempting to take a demon fiend here and put that into the Siliphyte. I mean, if I'm taking a pip upgrade, I still have the pip for 1M. And then I just have damage right from the get-go. And health from right from the get-go. I mean, since this is the final unit draft, because I can't imagine going left here as a value play. We're going to have to find some health at this steel. So we're getting one or the other between quick and multi. Whatever comes first, we probably take. Not worried about scaling. I have an Ashes. I am just wondering, like, say I never find Imperialist, do I actually want this Steelworker? Because it kind of works against me. Oh, you know what? I actually do have a consumer move, high roll, with the alloy. Does that make me want to go left any? I don't think so, but let me just ponder that for a minute. Because we've determined I basically have to hit this steel, so that magic's out of the question. If I'm not hitting this magic, I'm not hitting that magic. I hit the final magics. That's for certain. Which makes this steel even more like auto have to take. Even though the horde and health are probably better than the boons and caverns, like when I'm up against this and this, it's hard to justify these steals. I mean, I will say this. This is something I'm just now coming to terms with on this map. This map sucks ass. This map is fucking bad. Just because of, like, the way it divided up the value between sides. There's not a single stacked side like there usually is. Keep in mind, like, think about your typical low value side where it's like Pyre remains one of the merchants and a Forgotten Boons. That's like your classic, obvious take the other side thing, unless there's a huge reason for that merchant. But there's none of that on this one, right? It's all just a dividing of value kind of equally besides, other than this one probably, like the, and which is funny because, like, unfortunately I have pretty good reasons to actually go left here, but I'm certain we got to go to the right. There's just too much guaranteed value there. I am wondering though, does Demon Fiend make more sense than a Steelworker Infusion? I get that health, I get that damage. I lose a pip. I lose the defense to the floor. I think if I find Imperialist, which is a 75% chance between now and the end, Demon Fiend would not be better. Absolutely Steelworker would be better. I think we skip here. That's also another removal I have to make. It has to be really worth it for me to take that. And I still wonder though, it's like, with 2 of them on Endless, Do I want to take a pip here? God, this is tough. Because the ways I lose is just to not draw the damn thing. You know, with an Ashes of the Fallen, am I being too greedy here by taking a pip? I feel I am, actually. Like, it probably should be draw. You know, if I didn't have the Ashes, maybe pip makes more sense. But as I think about this... Fuck. We need a bit more defense at the moment, but I don't know if an extra pip... I think we need draw. And hopefully... I mean, we are going to hit A caverns way down here. That's it, though. That's the only caverns. Oh, no. We're going to... Oh, yeah. No. Just that caverns at ring 5. Between 5 and 6 there. That would be our chance to increase pip. And we'll see. Spell Chain. I could YOLO it onto the important work, but since we already know we're going high shards naturally with our infusions and Hellvents here, like, I'm not going to YOLO it before I know I have a holdover. Plus, I wouldn't get a holdover till the final 2 rings anyway. Cuddlebeard, unfortunately useless. Concussive Coals. Most likely not that impactful, but I'll take it. If the next ring is Scourge Shufflers, I'll be happy that I took it. Over 25 gold. Plus, it could just get me a collector. God, these suck. Which is fine. I'm glad that they suck, because then it doesn't troll me into taking other stuff, right? So let's get the Steelworker into the Silliphite. That should give us some survivability into Sweeper Boss, along with the Alloy. I guess I could spell chain the Alloy, but yeah, I don't really want to do that. We want to remove this. We don't want a priority draw unit, one that sucks on top of that. So for Stealth Boss, let's just take a quick look at what we're getting here. Okay, I will take Imperialist here. I get 5 extra health, and it's just better. It's better for my situation, so we're a lot better off there. Do I remove Frozen Lance or Imps? Probably Frozen Lance. I don't really know what Frozen Lance is getting me. Okay, we're at 50. We got just enough to give multi-strike to Party Boy, but luckily there is no Party Boy. So get got. And multi-strike for random artifact. I have no quick. At 50 shards, probably looking at some Spell Shield and probably some 10 health backliners. I didn't take a pip upgrade, so I don't have the option to like put Mollusk Mage up top, really. It's looking like I should skip this. It's just a random artifact. And as predicted, we got some bullshit. Well, at least we can get around the Ember Drain here. This is definitely worth, and I guess we just do that. Alright, we got that. That's good. This is the most threatening thing here. And of course, Concuss. Not only do we lose the 50-50 on Collector Top yet again, we also lose the Concussive Coals 50-50. So, what can I say? We just don't got enough skill. Gotta get gooder. Gotta get gooder. Definitely glad we didn't take the multi-strike here. That would have been a bit of an issue. 6 is unfortunately not enough. That unfortunately doesn't make a difference. We'll put 2 into that for sure. So let's just do this and this. Good thing we had the alloy. Like, we are basically an alloy and 4 from dying there. If we had a multi-strike, we might just die. Probably worth just to replay this. I mean, there's no better defense than a good offense. That's what I always say. So if we put these down, that just means scourges. No point in that. And we'll just do that and that. And you are definitely dead. I don't need to do any fancy math there. This guy's living armor level boss, I would say. I can't remember the last time I lost to that boss. Another important worker, a tiresome climb, or an inferno. Those are 3. This, by the way, of the many reasons I love Hellhorn, this is probably some of the ones that get talked about the least, but it's like, I don't know, just they have so many good cards. Look at this. This is their uncommon pool, which for a lot of clans is bad. Every single rarity, just everything Hellhorn has is good, other than, I guess, arguably the champs. You know, I say that as someone that really likes Shardtail Queen, but realistically, she's probably not the best champ, but like definitely better than Hornbreaker Prince. But I don't know, the common pool, amazing. The uncommon pool, amazing. I mean, look at this, important work, tiresome climb, Inferno. 3 of the best cards in the game, no question about it. The rare pool, some of the best in the game. The units pool, some of the best in the game. The essence pool, some of the best in the game. The artifact pool, the best in the game, I'd argue. Even better than Wormkin, I think. I mean, Wormkin has a better overall pool. Like, the floor is just better, but the ceiling of Hellhorn, like, I don't know, Karuska is great, but I would say that Ashes is better. Gurzgoat is better. Personally, I would say that. At least on the P75 and above, I guess. But like the P25 and above of a Karuska is obviously better. Because we've seen it before. Sometimes I get Ashes and it just doesn't work. All that being said, I don't know what to take here. I don't think it's another important work. I think that's a little win more. It's between Inferno and Tiresome Climb. Like, Tiresome Climb helps us more against the bosses, which is probably why I should just take that. I'm not worried about Stealth Boss. But Sweeper Boss and Multi-Strike Boss we would want Tiresome Climb for. I would say long term we would prefer the Inferno. But I think Ring 5 is the most scary here. Like, it's rare that you're actually praying for Stealth Boss, but honestly, like, the other 2 bosses I'm dripping sweat just thinking about them. I mean, a Steelworker might not be enough. We saw we didn't have much armor by the end of that, and I don't have a steel available. So I think it's Tiresome Climb. Even though, like, for Divinity, I'd probably prefer the other thing, but even for Divinity, it'd be nice to Daze Divinity. Now, I don't know if we take any of these. It would be Urchin Spines, if anything. I could take a Preserve, actually, though. If indeed it is this next boss that we're most worried about. Preserve would be a tech pick, specifically for this boss, but it would work for some other bosses where I just permafrost a Tiresome Climb. And honestly, that seems pretty good. Add a copy to discard pile. We should take it now while we have the Vortex, that way I don't have to force, because I don't want this. Why would I ever want to? That's the worst one I could have got for this. Like, I would have, like, the gold would have been fine, the health would have been marginally acceptable, but certainly we're not going to make Frozen Lance, like, replicate through our deck, right? We're probably going to remove that. Spell Chain and, okay, Pierce. I could Pierce Event, probably. Just don't know if I should. Let's get that out of there. Could still be Stealth Boss. So let's remove another Lance. I mean, these are just never going to be good for us. They're the worst starter in the game. Hands down. Let's go Imp into Imp. I think I still Hellvent it, even though I don't have the pip to play both. It's a weird one, right? But it just means I draw it faster. And I do eventually want to take another pip, I think. I don't know if that's true or not. But yeah, the way I lose is that I just don't find this in time, and I don't think an extra 15 shards is going to make or break the bank at this point. I'm already at high shards, right, with 75. 90 just means a little bit more power on the boss, probably another tank or another backliner sharded up. That's all that means. Now, I don't know about going for the True Stone, though. I am wondering about that, because, like, I probably should, honestly. And again, like, an additional 10, I think the fact that this just clears out, like, a potentially pretty bad wave is worth it. So we're a little scared here. I'm still not going to spell chain the important work. But we'll see. Okay, it is Sweeper. It's probably the one we're most scared about. We're definitely not taking spikes, and luckily it's just random artifact. We don't even in a good pool of artifact like that, single chance at that is just bad. But we start with this. See, now that could have been the one that we didn't. Let's say we didn't Hellvent it. Maybe this is the one that is Hellvented, right? Let's assume it was. I don't care about Ember Drain at this point. What we care about is, you know, getting the rage to us, and might as well just do that. I could have just done that. Probably would have been better. Oh well. All we need to do is basically get a hit in on the boss, and we'll probably be fine. So, fortunately, I can't vent before this, which sucks. Let's take them out then, put that down, and then vent here. We just don't want to take any damage up top. That's mainly what this comes down to. Let's vent all that. Let's see, the Pierce there is pretty nice. I mean, we're handling this group. Not that Sycophants is that hard. Alright, before I forget, we'll do that. For this one, it actually doesn't matter where I put this, huh? Like, this one actually has more attack and health, so why don't we just, you know, get everything going there. Yeah, we only have a lance coming up. Let's just do that. Hopefully we get a vent in time here. If not, then so be it. We do get a vent. Not be exactly the vent we're looking for. Okay, let me just think about. So I do 20. I can play these out then. And then we'll Tiresome Climb next turn. Make sure we don't kill the Sycophant. It also means we don't have to deal with the Sycophant. And there we go. He doesn't even get a hit off. Masterfully executed, if I do say so myself. Alright, now we have... now, Battering Ram is not included in that. You know, there's still bad cards, right? There's still bad cards, but there's less of them for Hellhorn. Problem with Inferno is it definitely needs cost reduction. There's no way I'm taking an Ember upgrade. We've already determined we're going through this ring without... You know, we don't have a temple here. We don't have a temple there. So it's like... I already want to cost reduce the Tiresome Climb that I have. I have a Piercing Vent, which isn't as good as an Inferno, obviously, but it kind of satisfies the overall object of what Inferno currently would be doing. So it's like adding Inferno right now doesn't benefit my deck hugely, especially because it's a 3-cost that will absolutely be a 3-cost. Unless I want to go to the Magic, which I don't. I'll be honest, I don't. So Quick and Multi are what we wanted to steal. If it's Large Stone and Endless, which is 25% of the time, we're just gonna have to cry, and hopefully a 25 health comes up, at least, which is acceptable. But that is the last steal we can hit. There's way more value over here. I have a lot of stuff to be removed from this deck. I do kind of think another Tiresome Climb would be fine, especially now that I have the Preserve. Like, I could do something like just cost reduce each Tiresome Climb by 1. And then I could get both permafrosted, and like basically it's like then I don't even need to find double stack. Yeah, I think another Tiresome Climb is good here. I would say we definitely don't need a Drain, we definitely don't need a Titan's Tooth. Urchin Spines, I don't think we have enough spells to justify it, so skip. Alright, we don't need to take any more shards. I've got a lot of gold. Okay, I did say we will take Quick or Multi. I really hope we find health, though. Definitely going to take a Multi, though. That'll get hit. If I don't find health here, hopefully I can find it at the cavern, maybe? Ah, Jesus, dude. Really, a Battlestone? That's what you're going to give me? I mean, I guess it works, but God. Alright. I mean, I'm still probably going here and here. I have the Tiresome Climbs to help a bit with this. Man, we've gone through how many... I mean, I guess we only hit 2 steals, but it's like, I haven't seen a single 25 health, right? I've had to settle for Battlestone twice now. Whatever. It would have been nice to even get some health on these Fledgling Imps, right? But it makes me wonder, like, should I actually just hit Immersion of Steel up here? I mean, I don't really need the Elven. I could hit this magic because it has a Vortex, but this Steel has a Vortex with it. Like, I could hold out this last slot for 25. Is that even that needed, though? I mean, if I stick to 100 shards, like... probably 20 health is fine, right? Especially if I find a Railhammer, but like... between the alloy, between the double Tiresome Climb, I might be able to just survive there. Spikes is still an issue, but I do have the Vent, hopefully, for that. I think we just settle for the Battlestone. Definitely got to figure out a defensive game plan here, though. I need to lock this in before seeing the caverns, because if it is like a unit upgrade, I want to be able to overstack the Silliphite. There's like just 25 health would work, Sapstone would work, or the Sunderstone, I mean. Alright, it's none of the above. I highly doubt that we actually have a good Nexus Spike here. Tiresome Climb can't target the bosses. Because a Nexus Spike can't target the boss. Important work for 2 doesn't really make sense. I guess an alloy? The problem is, like, if I actually have nothing to combo with the alloy, it's like... I would need like 2 alloys, so I guess I'm just going to use it as a bad purge. The purge sucks though, it's like it actually... It makes it so... It's like a purge stone, but 3 times as worse. I could also just skip this event. I feel like a Crystallis is still a little bit more useful than a Lance. Like, a Lance just doesn't do anything for me. I guess I could create a Nexus Spike that is double Helical Crystallis, which is 100 damage for 2. I just don't even want to do that. This is very iffy. I think in the long run it makes sense though. I think we should remove some cards. Let's remove the final lance here. At this magic, we should hold a little bit of gold for it, but I do want to be a little aggressive here since I am relatively high on shards going into this fight, even if it is the shitty fell. Can never be too confident. I do have a multi-strike. Alright, we deal with the Ember Drain. Starting with this is again while we Hellvent it. Just do this, I guess. It's also good that we killed the Alabaster Guardian before any shenanigans there happen. Can do that. That way it'll just not actually damage us and preserve hits on our queen. Whatever. As much as I want to vent this, I probably should just vent this. Did I forget to put that on a tiresome climb? Well, I can do it this time, so that's good. Now I just need to think what else we put these toward. Definitely doing a lot of damage. We can give this guy armor. We're absolutely destroying everything. I'm doing what, like 500 over 500 damage with my sweeper. I think we'll be fine. How many, we also have like a lot of spell weakness stacked up here. I'm actually kind of inclined just to put this vent in, right? So... I mean, I do blow the spell weakness a little bit, but whatever. We could save this vent for this. Just save ourselves some health. Well, we don't have these costs reducted, so there's no point in bringing it up yet. It's also not dazed right now, so why don't we just put some damage into it. We'll redo this, and then I guess we'll just vent that. I mean, I guess we just hold this, because why not? Granted, we do have this big motherfucker in the way, but whatever. I'm sure we're killing it at 392. Get stung. Get stung. Feel the poison. Feel it envelop ye. I could do a reinforce. Implate I don't care about, even though it is pretty valuable here. Especially with the, keep in mind with Emperate, it keeps growing in damage. It's probably just skip though. I don't know. The reinforce, I could take it. It seems almost takeable. The thing is, I have to get these costed down. I feel like I would rather just find my tiresome climbs, they're gonna be better. Especially considering... It's like I want to find vent, I want to find tiresome climbs to deal with the shade wings. None of these help with that. So do we continue with the draw? I have to imagine we do. Instead of Pip. Pip still seems a little bit win more to me. This is why Ashes is so good, right? Still gonna go left here. I don't even know if I want to double stack any of this. If I do, I can't reroll for holdover. I think I'd rather just these be cheap. And I'll find them often. I could Surge Stone this vent. Because I don't actually... Yeah. Now, if I do Surge Stone it, though, that brings me down to... possibly not afford the other thing, right? Because then I'm down to 170... Yeah, 115 and 120 I wouldn't be able to afford. I mean, we even see this coming at 120 to remind us. So I think we reroll first. Ugh. Shit frost. It's not really worth the money. I mean, I have a preserve. Just time and time again, I think permafrost is actually the worst big upgrade in the game. Worse than large stone, worse than quick. At least sometimes I'm looking for large stone and quick. It's weird. Like, pre-DLC I was okay with freestone, but like, it's just not worth the gold to me almost ever. Post-DLC. Every now and then the tiresome climate does make sense on. Like, any days card, it does make sense on sometimes, but even with, I got a preserve here, it just doesn't make sense. Yeah, let's just get the other one down. I do want to make that double play. See, for 110 here, I just made double stack, essentially, which was cheaper than the 120 double stack. I think I will Surge Stone this other vent. Just get rid of Stewards. Well, I could get rid of the Crystallises at this point. They're not going to do anything. And I don't think I want the gold. I'm a little tight here into Divinity. Like, turn 1, I'll have 20 health. He'll be doing 9 damage with Winged Indulgence. Or 8, actually, if I keep right at 100. Which I might do. And, 180... What am I saying 180 for? I don't even know. Dude, I'm in a fever dream. I'm in a fever dream. So I could get Fledgling Imps every turn, but have less health. Or I could just get more health. I'm never getting the actual AoE effect here. That's just not happening. I do get a little bit of value right now out of the Queen's Imps when I play them off floor. All this really does is makes it so if I bottom deck either of my Fledgling Imps, which with double draw and a 24 card deck, it's going to be pretty hard to do. I think we just gain more from having more health, even though I don't care about the additional damage here. Yeah. And plus the Queen's Imps are going to be better off-floor versus the Fledgling Imps off-floor. You know, I'm getting 20 damage out of them, that's fine. Is this mark risky? Because at 45 health, I can survive the first wave. Can't survive the second wave if I don't draw some shit. But I'll have, again, the Queen's Imp wins here, because the Queen's Imp can go top, kill one, survive a hit, and the other one dies, but it'll hit Queen's, you know, thing. So essentially I start with 50 health, you gotta think, and I lose, worst case, 30 health. I'll be down to 20 health. Then I'm down to 15 health. I could technically still die, but that is very unlikely. I think we take this. Now, Penitent obviously sucks, but this is why we have a thin deck and double draw. Alright, we start with this anyway. We have started with Fledgling ever since I Hellvented it. That's pretty fortunate, not gonna lie. I could have also vented here, but I actually just want to vent this, I think. Well, actually no. Okay, I lied, I'm gonna vent that. At least we're getting some value though, finally, out of Concussive Coals. I think that's the first time. I don't recall any collectors relevantly getting dazed. Let's put these down. And then I'll do that. So yeah, we are golden here. Not too bad of a price to pay for however much gold, 400 gold. Well, instead of this, I may just bring these guys on up. Because I really don't like Scourges. Even though right now, since I actually have Fledgling Imp, it doesn't really matter that much. But yeah, just do this, I guess. Well, let's just start going to town here, eh? Alright, Concussive Coals, you're what, 1 of 4 so far in these purifiers? I think that you can do better. I expect a little more out of you. I mean, I believe. I believe in you. Ah, you did it. Congrats. I knew that you had it in you. I knew it was there. Of course, happens on a turn when it didn't matter. That's pretty par of the course for this bullshit. But, yeah. Guess we'll kill you anyway. Like, Event would have just took care of him anyway. So I actually don't count that one, Concussive Coals. It actually doesn't count. Only the first one was relevant. The other ones, you didn't pull your damn weight. So... shame. 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 Alright, this is our double stack right here. This is our double stacked tiresome climb makeshift. If you think I'm done, you don't know me. Now I'm done. Now I'm done. Drink EAS protein. The third Inferno offered on this run that I might just skip. I think Inferno is the best card that you probably should skip more often than you do. That's my evaluation of Inferno. Very good card. I do think it's incorrect to take a lot of the time. I think we could take it here though, in all honesty. And actually, it's not incorrect to take it here as I think this out, because I am going to take this Merchant of Magic. I was iffy. Like, the thing is, like, I could still hit a Firestone Housing at the final trinkets here. Even on top of that, though, like, adding some health to the Imps is not a bad idea to make them good chump blockers, but now that I see this Inferno, I can just cost reduce it. I would even be inclined to hold it over the important work, because the only thing that kills me at this point are backliners, because I'm not quick and I don't have much health. But Inferno would be going great lengths to help with that. You know, I have the Tiresome Climbs, which I'll probably still Hellvent to Tiresome Climb. I don't know though, maybe, we'll see. But yeah, definitely going Merchant of Magic. I would say a Frenzied Swarm is worth. It's a little anti the Preserve though. Do I care? At this point, probably not. Like, since they're all flying bosses, I can just keep essentially stacking the Dazed. and this is just going to be useful. It's like having another Inferno for what I'm looking for from Inferno, which is just, you know, preservation against Shade Wings, essentially. Alright, not taking any of that. I could take the -2, but it's actually just not worth it to me when I can already do that with gold. Well, of course we chose wrong there. These other ones are pretty bad. Icicle Fracture here is not horrible, though. It is very anti this Frenzied Swarm. It's also like a bit redundant with Preserve, but it's not like untakeable. I think I'm just gonna make removals though with that gold instead and reroll here. Yeah, I don't know. All the good artifacts must have been at the rewards that we skipped or the other trinket shop. Either way, I don't really care. And again, I don't really think I double stack here since I do think I just dedicate the cost reductions to this Inferno. Surge Stone. I'd rather hold out for a +10 if I can reroll into that. Nope. Shit, Frost. Still don't think so. I think we just get that to 1. And I probably Hellvent that. I'm thinking, I still think I Hellvent the Tiresome Climb, actually. So, yeah, we'll Hellvent the Tiresome Climb. I'm thinking. I think it saves me against a bit more things, and I can just stack days here and there. And then the rest of the money, we're just going to put into removals. So, things that are bad. Stewards. Stewards are first out. 420, nice. Man, with the amount of and this, by the way, goes to show how bad lances are. Like, they came out before all of the stewards. So you got perfect gold there. I'd be lying if I said it calculated that, but yeah. I'll have to see what other people did. I wouldn't say it's an easy seed, but I don't even know if I would say it was necessarily cursed. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something, but it didn't seem very cursed, if I'm being honest. And I don't foresee myself losing this. Let's do that. Honestly, I don't need to do the... Yeah, I just want to get that out so I don't keep redrawing it. So let's get you in. We'll do that. That, I guess. We basically deal with the entire fight at this point, to be honest. Like, I'm not too worried about anything. I think I'm more inclined to vent up here. I break a damage shield, I prevent a lot of damage coming in. So let's just get that out, that out. I'm banking on hopefully being able to deal with this. I can already deal with one of them, so we'll do that. We'll do this. We'll do that. Let's start going to town down here. Hopefully we get a vent here. Alright, we do get a vent. But see, this is also an option. I can just move that guy up if I need it. But realistically, we might as well just bring you up. We'll vent up here. And we'll move that up, especially with that guy. And let's see, we'll do this. Don't really care about him. These are the only ones we want to, like, probably limit the amount of whatever on. Don't think I'll preserve this just to, like, whatever on it. We're even, like, trolling out some saps at other areas, which is pretty nice. Let's see, 40 times... Oh, I don't have a... Okay, whatever. I probably will Frenzied Swarm up here, though. So, question is, where do I want to do this on? Probably care about... I mean, I can get a good spell weakness hit in here. Might as well just do that. Let's get one of these out, and then I'll just do... I could actually play this. That way, when I redraw it, it'll still be frozen, so then I can stop redrawing it. Just have to remember not to play that one specifically. Yeah, we only had 6 sap on this floor. These are the intangibles of, like, it's like, I did kind of hate on Shardtail. I was like, keep in mind, Shardtail at several points has been my favorite champ in the game. Win rate wise, very high, but like, I just don't know how much of that has to do with her as a champ, right? In this particular one, she's doing pretty alright with the value I'm getting from her, but... So Frenzied Swarm just deals with that. Let's deal with that with one of them then. Let's just get you out of there. I don't even care about giving him armor here. Like, look how much damage I'm doing in the back. Now, I may as well, again, just kind of... Now, if I play it after the Frozen, it, like, goes away, oddly enough. So let's just stack some days here. What I might as well do is do it here, though. Because, again, I may just not want to play it, and I may not want to redraw it. Well, we know what we're doing here. And this is living armor level boss, so we're not going to style on him. We're just going to, you know, let him die. Still a fight. Alright. Alright, 8 as suspected. I think for the first time all game, we don't actually start with Fledgling Imp. But we do start with that. If I'm gonna lose Shardtail, so be it. But I'm not gonna. But I guess the thing is, I'm gonna. What I mean is, I'm gonna put Alloy on the Silliphite. But I'm gonna get around the Ember Drain here, I think. Because I don't really need to play all this out. To play us out? What does that mean? To end the show? Let's do that. Maybe I should have incanted him, but I feel like it's okay. And we got this. I can Inferno one of these, but we're definitely going to do that. I could stack one more Dazed here. I don't think that is worth it. I think I want to do this, this, and that, and I could just preserve this if I need it. Okay, definitely that. Let's just get this off of this floor. Little awkward here, but I think this is fine. Yeah, they're all dying because of the spikes. Perfect. Actually, it was cool that we brought them up. I'm gonna still hold this, I think. I think there's turns I'm a little more scared of than this one. I can take 11 there, that's fine. Of course it's that. Of course it doesn't get concussive pulls. Never lucky. You know what I mean? Just never lucky. Why am I so never lucky? This is a joke, of course. Still gonna hold this, I think. I could do... Well, no, that doesn't really do anything, does it? I guess we could do this then. Doesn't really make sense anywhere else. Oh shit, did I not play my Fledgling Imp up top? I don't think I did. What the fuck? Alright, see, this is a turn where Frenzied Swarm definitely makes sense. So I'm doing 200 by 2. That doesn't kill this yet. So we shouldn't bring it up. For every time I don't play these, it kills future kills future draws. What I could do is bring this guy up, but I could just kill it here. So now I actually get the hit from Shardtail, so we definitely kill this next turn. Which means I should probably just use this, right? Unless I do just want to do doo-doo. Just do that. Actually, I think I'll preserve... I mean, I'm taking 35 here. I don't really want to take 35. So I'll preserve that, but throw it away here. Like, yeah, I don't want to take all that damage. I think we've gotten through the fight now at this point. Those are the waves you need to answer. You need to answer wave 3. You need to answer the mini-boss, the first mini-boss. It's rare if you're getting through that you don't win. Every now and then it can happen, but it's pretty damn rare. Let's see. There's definitely a few things we could do here. Don't really want to Ember Drain, but this doesn't kill it anyway. Look at this. Concussive Coals. I didn't need you here. It dazed every single unit here. I literally didn't need any of that. It's like... Anybody here play fantasy football? It's like, you know what this is? This is like when they offer you, like, 6 bench players that they'd never start for, like, your one good starter, and they're like, oh, come on, look what I'm offering you. Yeah, just... No. Just no. So, what are we going to do here? It's all about score at this point, right? I'm pretty sure I'm winning. I will say, though, this is a threat. That is a lot of damage. It could kill me. So I'm probably going to Inferno this instead of this. Which means I probably should just bring this up, right? So let's not forget to put down that again. I bring you up. If I was worried about this run, because I have 130 fire health, there's no reason for me to not do this, but, you know, just greeding for the score here. Like, I would be better off probably just playing another Tiresome Climb, right? But because I'm greeding for the score, I will not. Don't you love how it's like, that boss gets better stats, shuffles Scourges into your deck, has lifesteal, and then even in the Divinity fight, because the Hammer guy doesn't do this, it's like, oh yeah, have a Shard when I die too. Have a Shard when I die too. What the fuck? Now I could daze Divinity, or I could daze this motherfucker. Take a wild guess at which one I'm gonna do. And, 4... Maybe I should just do that there, huh? It doesn't do anything. But maybe if I draw it again it does. Because that's a lot of damage. We do want to take care of that guy. Alright, now we're going to do some dazing. You get a daze. You get an Inferno. And if you get an Inferno... 354 by 2. Does that actually not kill that, huh? So we'll just wait for next turn on that. And if we're going to Inferno this floor, why don't we just bring one of them up? And... I don't know. I would preserve one of those units for what reason, though? I might as well just hold preserve. And again, Concussive Coals, it was like, hey, I'll daze all the other stuff, but nah. You know, every Scourge Shuffle that comes, and just nah. Just nah. No need of that, right? You don't need that, do you? So what we're going to do is stack a little dazed here, because we're not getting a flying kill. And I will use the Frenzied Swarm here, and just, I guess, do that or something, sure. MVP does not go to Concussive Coals. Wow, we had no artifacts in this run, but we had the only one we needed, Ashes the Fallen. 2 of the worst artifacts and 1 of the best. The disparity is amazing. I definitely don't want to lose Queen here, but it looks like I'm going to have to. Or do I? Ha! She lives. Boom! Get whipped. That's Ivy or whatever her name is from Soul Calibur. You know what I'm saying? It looks just like that whip sword thing. I don't even know if her name is Ivy. Been a long time since I played that game. Number 2, that was the one I played. The one where they had Link on the GameCube. It was okay. I actually don't think Soul Calibur... It's kind of like Killer Instinct to me, where it was like, when it came out, it was hyped up as like the best fighter ever. But has it stood the test of time? I don't hear people talk about Soul Calibur. I hear people talk about Street Fighter. I hear people talk about Smash Brothers. I hear people talk about Tekken. I don't hear people talk about Killer Instinct, right? I don't hear people talk about Soul Calibur. People aren't still playing those. I mean, I'm sure there is a group that does, but not like, you know, you're not hearing about the big tournaments of those. At least I'm not. I hear about, as someone that doesn't even follow the scene, you know, then you know what's like super mainstream, because I always hear about Smash Brothers stuff. I always hear about Street Fighter stuff, right? Yeah, whatever. I digress. But yeah, I guess we're the first ones to get this done. And like I said, I don't feel it was that cursed, if I'm being honest. Like, kind of like, I don't know if it was, my memory's a little hazy. It was either last or maybe 1 or 2 ago. We had one where it was like, yeah, it just keeps offering like alpha fiends and stuff. But there's still so much power in this combo. I think this just, again, showcases that there's so many hits that you can't just keep missing, right? Take the value picks. So you have an Inferno, several chances at Inferno, several chances at Tiresome Climb. Every uncommon draft for the Hellhorn was fire on this run. You have Frenzied Swarm, another value pick. Alloy was the safe pick. You could have took Last Stand and probably been fine on this run. Still stand by the Alloy in the context of what was coming up, though. You know, we had no Merchant of Steel. We had a 10 health carry unit. Alloy just made sense. Event value pick. Well, value start, I guess. Preserve was, I think, making sense. Important Work was okay. We never found a holdover for it, of course. And then, yeah, these were all starters, right? They weren't good on the run, but they were there. And, you know, get a sweeper. I will say, this was the best banner that was given other than the Steelworker. It was like Branded Warrior, Demon Fiend. Can't remember if there's an Alpha Fiend, but definitely Demon Fiend, Branded Warrior over and over again. And a Consumer of Crowns. So, like, yeah, I get it. That portion is cursed, but everything, like, we get immediately a Fledgling Imp. We immediately get Endless. We immediately get Ashes. Like, we get Imperialist along with Parade. Like, there is... I would not consider this super cursed. It was not blessed by any means, but... Let's just see what people did. Let's just see what people did. I'm a little... Okay. I don't like this, the Mollusk Mage here. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't like this either. Why are we going endless on the Pyro Jumper when you would have already had a Fledgling for sure at that point? This doesn't make any sense to me. But we'll get through here. Now keep in mind, I'm sounding harsher than I mean to be. I'm just like trying to be critical of the deck doctor here. You found an Important Work though, so like you have that going for you. That's very powerful. I don't know if this is necessarily worth 15 shards. It's a bad double stack. You know, you could double stack this for cheaper and get the same effect and not take shards. So I like the draw upgrade. I like the first 2 artifact takes, obviously. I like the flex here. I do not like this. I think he's self-infused. I don't know what you're getting out of 4 Ember here. Especially like... you could have had so much rage here that you'd be too big to fail. You'd be too big to fail. So you died on ring 4 though. Took the multi-strike trial. Probably wasn't necessary. I mean, it looks like you died to the waves, so definitely not necessary. You have to think, like, I don't know. You're 80 shards here. I was at, what, 50? And I'm a shard guy, right? So, like, think about where you could have cut shards. You didn't need that. So 15 already. Go down to 65. I would argue this is not worth it. You would have been better off with just a vanilla fledgling imp here. And I don't think this is worth it. I mean, how many spells do you even have at this point? You have a single vanilla event. Offering tokens, like, I also don't like this take over the just a skip or Crystallis. Like, there wasn't really any reason to think we were going an incant deck here at any point on this run. I don't think there's a single incant unit or upgrade offered. The map just looked very Hellhorn. Like, the Hellhorn banners were the natural path to follow on the map. So, like, for both those reasons, that's why I do not like this Mollusk Mage infusion, and I do not like taking an offering token here. So, like, you could have, you know, if you're dying to tanks, for example, you could have had a Helioco Crystallis, and that would have helped. You also just might not have had them sharded up if you didn't put 25 shards into something that, like, barely does anything for your deck, I'd argue. Because all you have is the Frozen Lances, the Vent, and that is it. You know, you didn't even take the Crystallis, so what are you getting from that? Not much. I would say just don't even, like, at this point, you don't have to put I've iterated this point before, but, like, you don't have to make your main banner unit have an essence in it. You just don't. If it's not worth 25 shards and you're not doing a 200 shard run, just don't do it. You could have got... I would have definitely took the Steelworker. This is another heuristic thing. Like, just knowing what things are generally valuable. Like, Steelworker, I will almost always take it versus just straight up skipping it. It looks like you had just straight up skipped one, right? Because a Steelworker is almost always going to be worth 25 shards. It's a really good essence. And as a unit, it's fine. So, like, you know, we used it as our main unit in the Daedalus fight, and that was fine. And then we are able to kind of identify the awkwardness of how Ring 4 and 5 are going to look with the low health Silliphite. And the Steelworker just provides some health there, right? To really deal with a lot of the relentless stuff. Now, I will say, in the context that you're dying here, it wouldn't have helped, probably. Unless it meant the difference between you surviving or not. But, yeah, long story short, like, it's not... The single artifact is not worth reaching for. I think when in doubt, the only thing you reach for is the gold reward. 150 gold is a lot better than just single artifact. And I say this as a guy that always takes Divine Hordes, right? And I value normal Horde on the map quite highly. It's because you get 2 choices for the normal Horde and 3 choices for the Divine Horde. One single choice at an artifact is not that good. And definitely not worth... You basically lost the run over this, is my guess. I can't imagine this deck dies to the single strike. Also... Where was the Hellvent? Was the Hellvent ring 4 or 5? Wasn't it? No, it was ring 3. Yeah, ring 3 was the Hellvent, right? Either way, like, you would have been so much better off. Think about how we looked going into that run in that ring. We had 2 fledgling imps that were not self-infused yet. However, they were just as good as what you have here. And didn't cost us 25 shards, because you're just not gaining anything here from the Ember. You would have needed a reason to do this. This only makes sense if you're running, like, maybe a one-harm tome or a big, I guess, Spike the Hellhorn, some sort of spike. Otherwise, why do you need 8 Ember a turn? Why not just take 10 more Rage a turn? Or just keep the 10 rage a turn from the vanilla fledgling and not spend 25 shards. You see where I'm kind of getting at here? It's just, these shards weren't worth it in either of these cases. You could actually been, I'd argue you could be down a whole 65 shards here and have not lost any power to your deck. Like, I don't think this is that powerful to do. I don't think that was that powerful to do. I don't think that was that powerful. So that's 50 and then 15 shards. That's 65 shards that you didn't need. So that's my deck doctor there. We got Mean. He looks in a little bit more of a transition state here with his deck. I can't remember if... I think he should have took the Steelworker. Yeah, because I had a Steelworker that I used by this fight. He died to the boss. So he got close, but... And again, I don't know. But so I will say this. Mean, I know definitely is down to be a little more experimental here. I guess with the fact that he took the rituals, this does make sense, by the way. It actually does. All of this makes a little more sense. I guess what I would say with this one is I just don't think, and I say this as a volatile gauge lover, and I can't fault for maybe if someone's bored and they just want to try out the gauge, I can't fault them for that, right? Not everyone is always tryharding on each run, right? But if you were tryharding to beat this, I don't think this is the path to go. I think if you took the ritual, which I still think the fledgling over ritual in this case makes sense. You know, you're running Queen, you're running... you're going to steal most likely. The Hell Vent is probably not going to have a cost reduced ritual, but it's not that out of the question of taking the ritual, I guess, or the fledgling imp. And in that case, this makes sense. It's not, I guess it's not hugely out of the question that he ended up in this scenario, right? So I actually like the Endless Empire Chumper in this scenario, where you're stuck with Gauge. You know, you can play that guaranteed every turn, and you will be energy positive, and the amount of energy positive could be pretty good. The rituals also are getting drawn more often, and they're cheaper on average. So I like that aspect of this. Would have probably spent 10 shards though to get a piercing on event. They're not doing anything for you currently, so I think 10 shards is a small price to pay for pretty valuable upgrade on this event. Removed a lance, that's okay. But I do think should took the Steelworker. That's the main thing here, and also that's mainly it. I honestly think that this deck probably does just fine if he simply just took the Steelworker. Also, this Pirate Chomper technically would be cheaper here. I gotta imagine, though, he wishes he went to Fledgling Imp. But I don't think it's like a huge mistake to take Ritual over Fledgling Imp. It's actually pretty close between the two, and since he took the Ritual, I don't mind the Gauge here, and I don't mind the Endless here. The main problem here is actually just the Steelworker. And also this. Should have took an upgrade on the Branded Warrior. Should have definitely just bit the bullet and take the Battlestone. I mean, 34 damage. I'm surprised he even got through Pyre Absorbers, to be honest. Like, this guy would have not have gotten a hit off on the Sweeper boss. So, yeah. And I guess, now that I think about it, Vent didn't have an opportunity to get plus 10 Pierce. That was at the next ring. So, no harm, no foul there. But definitely, like, the two main mistakes. Because I don't even necessarily think Fledgling Imp I could consider a mistake to not take over the Ritual. I still think the Fledgling made more sense there, but I don't think it's a mistake to take the Ritual over it. But I do think definitely a mistake in not just biting the bullet and taking health on this Branded Warrior. You know that you're probably not using Branded Warrior as a unit. You only need a little bit of health to help you against, you know, what's her name? And who knows, like, the fact that you lost all this Pyre health here, I mean, it might have had to force you into, say, not taking the Hell Vent Ring 3, since I think the Pyre health was on the other side. And it also might have forced you into, because I can't remember if a ritual was offered twice. But either way, it's like that extra health could have just been the difference here. Say you leak Daedalus to the pyre, but you just have 34 extra health to actually kill them with. That's probably not the case at a whole 15% of health, though. But I think if you combine that, you save a lot of health here. Because look at my, my ring 2. Yeah, we did leak the boss, but we only took 9 versus 34 here, right? Probably simply because I have the the 10 extra health here. That's several extra rounds of actually being able to attack the boss. And even in Daedalus it might be extra, but certainly the Steelworker I think should have been taken. So that's the main two things. Take the Battlestone here and take the Steelworker. Now I'm guessing he didn't. Here's another thing, he might have just never... I'm trying to think where Steelworker was offered. Wasn't it at the Ring 3 Hellvent, which had a Hellthorn banner accompanying it? I believe that's the case, right? So, for either of these first two players here, they may have just never had the opportunity to find Steelworker. However, I would say a Hellvent and Hellhorn banner versus a Pyre Health and Merchant of Steel, I just can't see how Merchant of Steel and Health wins there. But for DD Dork 2, it looks like they just didn't. I have to imagine they took the Pyre, or the Brand of Warrior, and maybe removed it. But like, it's hard to say, but they're taking a lot of damage on Ring 2, and I had to imagine it's because they're not just settling for the Battlestone. So, like, because of Ring 2 decisions, they might have had to desperately visit just the quite worst side there. Like, since you already have Endless on your Imp in both these cases, like, you're basically fishing for multi-strike, I assume, there. Or even quick and multi. I still don't think... You would have had Siliphyte by that point, right? Because you get that at the Ring 2 reward. Whatever you're fishing for at that Merchant of Steel, you must not have found, because I don't see anything at this Siliphyte. It could have just been Rage and plus 10, which is a pretty bad low roll. Maybe it was a Large Stone and Endless. I think you bite the bullet and put something on Siliphyte at that point, though. So yeah, and then Anura. Again, no Battlestone. 34 damage taken. That looks to be the standard route that happens there. You gotta take health. Why do we go to a Merchant of Steel, right? Why do we go... Why do we default to Merchant of Steel so often? It's not necessarily because it always has a banner with it, right? Because Merchant Magic can have a banner with it. It's more because if you get these situations, like say you get a Branded Warrior and a Horn Warrior, they both got 5 health. The Merchant of Steel, if you went the Magic side, you're screwed. And that was the offerings. But if you go the Steel side and those are the offerings, you hopefully get 25 health, or hopefully, even like an incant armor, but sometimes it's just a Battlestone that you have to settle for. But you have to do this, because Ring 2 Stealth Boss will wreck you otherwise, as we see here with all of the damage everybody's taken Ring 2, which probably forces them not to be able to take the Hellvent, forces them not to be able to pick up the only truly good essence on this run, which is Steelworker, right? Yeah, we have another death here to Daedalus. This time it just died to the waves. Yeah, I mean, we got vanilla units here. I mean, you got the Ashes, you got the Endless Fledgling Imp, but... I like the Crystalist take here, though. This is the first player that took... I guess Mean had it, too. So I like the Crystalist. It makes sense there to take one. I think I took 2. I could have probably not taken the second one, but it is what it is. And this Abel actually died to the Absorbers, which is interesting because they were actually the only one that skipped the trial there, which would have left them in a rough state. This run without the sweepers is what you're looking at there. But again, didn't take the Battlestone. Took a lot of damage ring 1 too, which is interesting. I had meant to take the trial here. I guess I did take a lot of damage though, but I think taking the trial... Man, I must have really fucked that first ring up. I mean, you know, I am being critical, but look at DD Dork and Mean were able to take the trial and get through ring 1 without a single bit of damage taken. I must have really fucked that up. Because, I took 19 with no trial. And Inura had... Oh no, we're looking at Abel. They took 27 with the trial. That might be what I would have looked at with how I did the fight. But either way, so they take a bunch of damage. So they have less pyre health to work with here. I just think you gotta take that Battlestone here. Yeah, take the Battlestone. You should still be able to reroll and afford the Fledge. Especially you, because you have an extra 75 gold. But I didn't even have that 75 gold, and I was able to afford it. I think you get through this. You're dead to the boss. Like, I think you get through that with an extra 10 health here. And 5 damage for what that's worth. It's worth an okay amount. So yeah, I guess that's everybody. The biggest deck doctoring here is actually just the Battlestone. This is an interesting case study, right? Because nobody took it except me. The cascading effects of not taking the Battlestone there, right? You're not able to Hell Vent. You're not able to... you just have less health to work with. You're not able to see the Steelworker. There's a lot of just downsides. Plus, it probably doesn't help that obviously that Merchant of Steel must have been a complete brick. Because they're going into Ring 3 and they have like nothing on their units still. I don't know what it is then. It had to have been Large Stone and Endless, is my guess. I think you gotta bite the bullet there though and probably just take the Large Stone. You gotta get through the fight at that point. But yeah, the run opens up after that. It's like they experience the hardest part of the run. It gets quite easy from there on out. You just start rolling, right? You just start rolling. But anyway, that was a fun one. Thanks for that submission there. That was from DD Dork. Hopefully I don't sound too harsh in my criticisms. I'm just trying to be as objective as I can with how I give the advice. As always, thanks for watching, and until next time, peace.